Welcome back again to yet another Excel lecture. We are going to start Excel, but this time we can start Excel using right click on the desktop. If you want to save our file there, then we click new, then new folder. So new folder gets posted, and we can give it a name. Excel folder, for example. Then we double click to open it. It opens here, and the address bar there you see Excel folder. Then inside this folder, right click, go down to new, then you create a new Microsoft Office Excel worksheet. So you click it, it gets posted here, and you can give it a name. You can give it a name, maybe Excel practice, and you double click to open it. So again, that is another way of creating Excel. The first time you create it, you save it such that next time you don't get problems of maybe work was not saved, then power goes off and then you lose work. No. Now when you start Excel, remember we said we can go to file, then we can click maybe open. That is if you want to open an existing document. Now here there is a file which was created today, that is Excel practice. Yeah, you click it, and then okay, this is the very one that we have created because we have saved it. We can go back anew. Okay, there is another one here which was created again today in the morning. It is called introduction. So you click introduction. Now this is opening. This is what we looked at in the previous lecture, where we created this kind of Excel, and we were able to create this data where we calculated the coursework out of, when we check here, this was C2 times strength over 100 plus D2 times strength over 100. But let's start from here, remove these formulas, select them, then you click delete. They get deleted. But now this time, supposing you want to enter a formula where the coursework is calculated, where the assignment is converted to 15 and the test is converted to 20. So you say equal to this assignment mark, you click on it, times 15 over 100. Then plus the test is converted to out of 25. So times 25 out of 100, enter. Then you click where there is a formula, it appears in the formula bar, then you click, you paste the formula down. Then you convert your exam to out of 60, so equal to, you get this exam mark times 60 over 100. But 60 over 100 is 0.6. That one can also work, or 60 over 100. Then you click here and you paste the formula down. Then now the total is equal to, it is this one plus this one. Then you enter. So we have got our total. Then we paste the formula down. Yes, that is where we left it, although we have used a slightly different method, and we want to continue from here. So in the morning we looked at maximum, minimum, average, count, and sum. Now Excel is very good at analysis, whereby, for example, this was not a very good background. I can select it, come here, put one which is slightly lighter, yes, like that. Sometimes I want to sort these names. I want to arrange these names in alphabetical order. Now, if you're told to arrange those names in alphabetical order, you select all the data. You click here, in the first cell, which is A1, you go up here, you select everything, then on the ribbon of home, this other side, there is what we call sort and filter. So you click sort and filter, then when you just say sort smallest to largest, what will happen? There is almost nothing. It is the first column which is handled. But if you don't want to deal with the first column, you want to deal with any of these other columns, you come here, sort and filter, then you click custom sort. To get custom, it means you're going to do it the way you want, something which is customized according to your taste. So now here it says sort, sort by serial number. If I don't want serial number, I click this arrow, then sort by name. So I click name, sort on values, order A to Z. I want to sort in ascending order, or I can say Z to A, that is now descending. But let me say sort the names in ascending order. So I click that, and now you can see that my first name is Akelo Businje and the last name is Zali. So those names are arranged in alphabetical order. But what I must caution here is that when you're going to sort, make sure that you sort this data you select all the data to be sorted. Don't select out some part. When you select out some part and you leave out another part, this data is not going to be arranged. It is going to be disorganized. You may find that some people might get marks that are not theirs. So when you're sorting, please select all the data. That is sorting the data. Another thing that can be done, sort, okay, maybe go back to custom sort. We can also sort by maybe total marks. We can sort by exam. So you come here, but in order to get these names here, make sure that this tick is there. My data has headers. You click there. If there is no tick, instead of the headers, it gives you the column names B, A, B, C, D, and what have you. But if you want to see the headers, you say my data has headers, and the headers come here. Then now I want to sort by total. I want to see the marks, smallest to largest, or I want largest to smallest, because those are numbers. So you click that. Now you can see the highest mark is 76 and the least mark is 40. Even if you get here, you click there and then you expand this formula. Minimum, you click, then you drag this, paste across that formula. It is going to give you the same thing, and even the sum, yeah, it will give you the things. Remember, I taught you how to round off. You select only the numbers because they are the ones that you want to round off, and then you click here, decrease decimal places. That is if you want to round off, but you can increase, put them to 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places, 3. You keep on clicking, then you click there and you remove the decimal places. So that is that. So you can even see here the maximum value is 76, which is here, and the minimum value is 40, which is here, because we have sorted them in descending order. You can even sort in ascending order. Okay, then again, let's select our data, the data we are working with. This lower one is not part of our data. This is just manipulations, computations that you should not involve in sorting them. And there is another one which is called filtering. So to filter, what is filtering? You select the work, then you come here, you click sort and filter, then you click filter. When you click filter, your headers get these marks, these ones here, these icons here. Okay. What does filtering mean? Filtering means get out some few things and leave out others. For example, let us filter the name. Click there, filter. Again, you can sort those numbers A to Z. if you want. Let's sort those names, Z to A. You can see we are starting from Z up to A. Now that is now using filter. After putting there the filtering, then you can come here to text filter. In text filter, I'm recording. So in text filter, you come here, filter, you can filter out something, maybe equals, does not equal, begin with, ends with, contains, does not contain, or custom filter. Then you can click equals. So when you click equals, so you say show rows where name equals. This is now if you want to pick out a certain name, maybe the name equal to Kato, then you click OK. So it will turn out the data which has got the name which is Kato only. Okay. Then you click there, you go back to, you can click clear filter from name. Okay. You can go back, text filter, maybe you can say does not equal or begins with. Maybe you remember there is a student whose name begins with maybe W, but you are not very sure whether the person is who, but you know the name begins with W. So you click that and then you click OK. It will filter out only those names that begin with the letter W. Then you come here, clear filter from name. Then you can come, for example, on exam total. Okay. Total, now this one is number filter because total is in numbers. And so total equals, does not equal, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. All of these ones you can filter out any category that you want. Maybe you can say we want total greater than, for example, greater than 50. So you type there 50, then you click OK. Okay. So it returns out all the total that is greater than 50. Then you come here, clear filter from total. You come back, you can say number filter. You can say less than. Okay. Show rows where total is less than, maybe less than 50, for example. Then you click OK. It will return the totals, all those people whose total is less than 50. You can see here. Then when you get here, you can copy. You can copy that work and then create maybe a new worksheet which is there. You paste. You paste those people here. Then you right click and you rename this tab. Maybe you can rename less than 50. Yes. So we have filtered them out and we have put them on their new worksheet, which we have called less than 50, and we can be able to give it even a tab color. Then we can create another worksheet. We go back to our work. There are some motions of, like I usually call them moving ants. To remove them, you press escape on the keyboard, top left corner, ESC. Those moving ants disappear. Then you come here, clear filter from total. Then you come here, number filter. Then you say, for example, top 10. Show top 10 items. Maybe I don't want it top. I click there, I can choose bottom. Okay. Maybe let me use top. Not necessarily the top 10. Maybe I want something less than top 10. I click there, or I can just come and type here and say top 4. So you click that, it will return the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again you copy, Ctrl C, come on the new worksheet here, and then Ctrl V to paste that work. Then right click, rename, that is it, top 4. Yes, so they are filtered and they are named the top 4, and you can give them a color in your tab, a tab color, your work looks good. You escape to remove the ants. You can leave it here, or you can say clear filter from total. Yes, so members, that is what we call filtering. So you can filter on anything. You can filter on exam, coursework out of 40, exam out of 60, total, test, assignment, name, things of that nature. But of course, you don't want these ones. These are just serial numbers. You don't want them not to be arranged in ascending order. Okay, so you may wish that maybe you select only these because these are just numbers. And then you come here, sort, that is the smallest to largest. You click that. Then it gives you this message. What do you want to do? Expand the selection, continue the current selection. When you say expand the selection, Excel will come and select everything here, but it is not necessary. We just say continue with the current selection, and then you click sort. Because here we just want to number these ones, just numbering 1, 2, 3, 4 up to something, that the serial number shouldn't change. Okay, so, and that's meaning so now that Z is number 1, Waswa is number 2, and Akelo is number 10. That one does not affect these other values this way. So that is sorting and filtering. If you want, you can stay with this one, but again, if you don't want, you can come back to sort and filter, then you click clear. Now, when you click filter, clear, everything will go, and then you come back and click filter. The filtering marks will go. Now here, nobody will get to know that you filtered this work. But if it's an exam, it's a question given to you, it is better you stay with those filtering marks such that somebody will be in a position to know that you filtered that work. So that is filtering, and that is sorting. Then there is something here called find and select. You can find, you can replace, you can go to special formulas and what have you. But let's say find. When you click find, it gives you a dialog box which is for find and replace. It says find what? For example, find Waswa. You click find next. It says we couldn't find what you were looking for. Click options for more ways to search for. You click OK. The reason as to why we are getting that message, because we have so many cells selected here. To find something, you must have one cell which is highlighted or selected like that. Then you click find next. Excel will go and find Waswa here. If you want, you can click here, okay, there. Then you say replace with, maybe you did not intend to type Waswa, you intended to type somebody else who is Waiswa, for example. So find what? Waswa, replace with Waiswa. Then you click replace all. No, not find all, but replace all. All done, we made one replacement. You click OK. So you find that where there was Waswa, now there is Waiswa. So you can be able to find data, look for data. If you want to replace it, you could replace it, or you just find it and you do anything that you wanted to do. So that is what we can do as far as this one is concerned. Then there is here text, wrap text. What does wrapping text mean? If I type here, if I type some work in a single cell, in a single cell, it appears the way it appears in a single line. like that. It is just like that. But now when you wrap text, you select a cell where that text is, then you click wrap text. That is text wrapping. Let me expand this. Yes. Okay. Text is now wrapped. That's what we mean by text wrapping. The text appears in many sentences tend to appear in a single cell. But if you don't do that, it is becoming stubborn. When you don't do that, it will not appear in a single cell. It just appears as a single straight line. It appears as a single straight line. But let me select it. Format, auto fit column, not column, auto fit row height, like that. Now it is fitting the height of the row automatically. So that is the wrapping text. If it is not wrapped, it goes a single line. When you wrap, it will appear like that. Then another thing, you can select this text here. Then there is what we call this one, orientation. Okay, you click orientation, then you can say angle clockwise. Your text will be raised like that, or angle clockwise. The other one was angle counterclockwise. That is angle clockwise. Text will appear like that. Vertical text, it will appear like that. That is vertical text. Or rotate text up. Okay? You can rotate text up and it appears like that. Or you can rotate text down. Okay? So it is your choice. Okay? It is your choice, but I think rotate text up. The text will appear good, and now you can even reduce the column width. You can reduce the column width to that one. It is only the one which is selected which will appear. This one is not selected, but if you want to be also rotated, you click that, and then you say maybe rotate text up. Right? It can also appear like that. Okay? Or vertical text, it appears funny, but rotate text up, maybe rotate text down, it might appear well, but still it is wrapped. The text is wrapped like that. But again, we can undo. Those changes and then get something like that. Good. That is that. And then another thing in the Excel, there is here merge and center. I can select the cells. For example, I can select all these cells from there up to here. Then I click merge and center. All of these cells have been merged into one. You can see all of these ones have been merged. Where there were so many cells, now there is a single cell and the text is centered. Or you can click merge and center, the cells get unmerged. But since this one is painted, the lines disappear. These grid lines disappear. If you want them to appear again, you click that and maybe you select no fill. You go back to your work, your thing. Or you can even come here on this font and then you select all borders such that those cells have got borders. Now I can select out only those two and then merge and center. So those cells are merged. I can type the text and it will be centered in those cells. Okay, that is merge and center, because sometimes you need a text which goes beyond one cell. You merge them and center, then you can even wrap the text there such that you have a bigger box. Good. Then all of this one, that is alignment. We have seen alignment. In alignment, this decrease indent does not work so much. In here it is much more active when you are in Word, but Excel, yes it does, but not so useful, but you can click this and it does the same thing like that. Or this one, text can move down, it can move slightly up, it can move in the middle depending on the size of the cell. Okay, still with more formatting, in case these are not marks, you can format them. For example, let me format that, then I come here, it is indicating these are numbers, but maybe they are not numbers. I click that arrow and then select, maybe it is maybe currency. When I click currency, it will become Uganda shillings like that, but that is, maybe I don't want Uganda shillings. I can come here on this box down here, number format, I click, then I get this where I can come to number, maybe the currency, decimal places 0, sample is here, then symbol Uganda shillings, then I click here. I don't want Uganda shillings, I want maybe American, Armenian, whatever, Azerbaijani currency, Latin, then I click here, Georgian, Russian, English, English Australia, Chinese Singapore, English Canada, English Jamaican Singapore, English United States, French Canada, Hawaiian. Then I put a cursor there. I want maybe UGX. I type U, then I start with UAH, then maybe I put UGX. So the sample will be like this. Then I click OK. So I will have that one as currency in UGX. Or maybe I don't want currency, I want maybe fraction. I click that. So this worker which has got decimal places, it will have, this is 17 and 2 over 5. This is 40 and 1 over 5. And indeed, if you were to put that one in decimal places, now it can't work. It has, if you are to put it back in general, maybe you will see that it gives you 0.4. Okay, and so it takes you away from that kind of formatting. But you can do that formatting using this one here. There is also alignment, this one, where you can put your text to any degrees. Okay, some alignment of the text, for example, let me put it to 45. So this text is aligned to 45. It is not fitting. Then I go to format, auto fit, column width. No, increase. No, sorry. Here. This is the one that I want to format. It is not fitting in the height. So you go back to format, auto fit, row height. Yes, now they are fitting. So it is go back. That was alignment. So let's take it back to 0, because text is always at 0 orientation. Font, you can change the font there, any font style that you want. Okay, you can change the font, maybe that one, maybe you can make it bold. Even you can change the font size depending on what you want. It appears here. Then the color, you can also change the color here. Maybe which color? Let me make it darker red. Then I can click. I can strike through superscript, subscript. Okay. Then even border, if I want, I can give it all borders, but they are already there. If they are not there, I would just click here to get the borders. That everywhere I want borders. Whenever there is no border, I click there and then I get all the borders. Then the color, if I want the color of the borders, maybe I can pick that, then click OK. Yes, so I've formatted only that text that I have selected. Okay, so that is much more can be done. Keep on trying. It is just a matter of you selecting a text. After selecting that text, then you apply some formatting here. You keep on trying whatever comes out. So that is that as far as selecting is concerned. Yeah, I think that is that. Next we'll be looking at other function like if function. How do we use the if function, and some other things. Then that is good to go. Thank you and bye-bye.